Command Center to Operations. All flight directors, I want to go, no go for launch. Internet. Go! Computers. Go! Phone. Go! Blog Talk Radio. Go! Commercial. Go! Music. Go! Facebook and Twitter. We are go. Worldwide callers. Go flight. Capcom 8 Up. Go flight. Capcom Chill Will. Go flight. Capcom Fat Cat. Go flight. Control Tower, go for launch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Yo Show time.
Yo, 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 yeah, yo, 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 Yo Show. Dig it, yo, 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 8 Up Chill Will. Fat Cat. What? Lights, camera, action in a minute, we on. And yo, show the type of show that people wanna be on. And yo, we about to get us our academy on. And yo, we about to talk until our sanity's gone. Whether you out in the field or you chillin' at home, got a minute, hit us up, man, and tell us what's wrong. You would never be bored, we won't be keeping you long. If you wanna, man, you can even say your piece and be gone. But no, we wanna keep you a minute, get you all in it, open the flow, like a Senate. Don't you be timid, give us a second, because seconds come minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes. Yo, my man, I think they get it. Whether it's who's who or celebrity news, we can even go old school like 70s shoes. If you out by yourself and you drinking a brew, if you out with the crew, man, whatever you do, hit the Yo Show. All my people in the front, don't front, we got it all and we know what you want on the Yo Show. All my people in the back, in fact, hit us up, man, you know where we at on the Yo Show. All my people on the side, alright, lay back and enjoy the ride on the Yo Show. All my people jump up real high, get fly, we can touch the sky. It's the Yo Show, yo, we know you feeling it, man. We can talk about if your job scared you to can. We can talk about the prayers or the war in Iran. Let us know how it's laying, you might just become a fan. Hit us up, why you delaying? You need to quit playing. The kind of show that wanna know exactly what is you saying. Don't be feeling no pressure, don't get back in the corner. If the feeling is strong, you can say what you gonna. You can say what you wanna, because the topics are warmer than Rihanna in the Bahamas, lounging in the sauna. Whether it's overseas, whether it's on the block, man, we got the host, they be stirring the pot. Chill Wheels and artists, 8 Up, we got it. Fat Cat's the real deal, so we ready to get started on the Yo Show. Yo, 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 yo. All my people in the front, don't front, we got it all and we know what you want on the Yo Show. All my people in the back, in fact, hit us up, man, you know where we at on the Yo Show. All my people on the side, alright, lay back and enjoy the ride on the Yo Show. All my people jump up real high, get fly, we can touch the sky. Yo, yo.
Broadcasting live from the greater Detroit area, it's the Yo Show, where your opinion might make a difference. With your hosts, 8 Up, Fat Cat, and Chill Will, we'll hear your opinion. But you have to call us at 845-277-9212 and press 1 if you want your opinion to go live. Otherwise, it's just our opinion. So let's get to your hosts, 8 Up, Fat Cat, and Chill Will of the Yo Show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of the Yo Show. How's it going, fellas?
Going all good. Right. What's going on?
What's going on? How was the weekend for everybody?
Well, everything for me, it was kind of angry time a little bit, dealing with what's happening in the news with everything. So it was kind of up and down, a ton of emotions. What about you, Chill Will?
Yeah, with me it's the same thing, them flashing all this negative stuff on there and try to put in what they thought is the positive part of it. But, I could see through all the lies. But it's kind of like not a good weekend.
Yeah, for me it was just as bad. I mean, with all the news that's been going on as far as last week. True enough, the one reason why we picked the topic today is because of all of the shootings and in Dallas, Baton Rouge, and in Minnesota. So I think it's kind of depressing because you never know when you go outside if you're going to actually make it home again. So... But what do you think, callers? If you'd like to give us a call in at 845-277-9212 and press 1 if you'd like to comment on our show. You can also contact us via Facebook and Twitter at The Yo Show, or you can email us at theyouropinionshow@gmail.com. So, Fat Cat.
Yeah.
What do you have as far as, I remember you saying something, you had something that you wanted to bring up to light as far as last week.
Well, like I said, it was a mixed emotions for me. For one, I was angry, I was saddened, but my superstitions were confirmed also. I was angry because through all this evil history in America, we still haven't learned our lesson, to respect and love one another. And I was more saddened because it's hard to believe that racism still exists. When you look at, a form of these cops, how, especially the video footage of how the cop did that young black brother, and it takes me back to even though I wasn't born in the 60s, it took me back to the images that were shown of the cops persecuting black people and sicking dogs on them and stuff. It just took me back to that, and my confirmation, man, started really with the BET Awards when the actor Jesse Williams spoke out about racism and the backlash he got, and he was even called a racist. So, and then you just fast forward not too long after that, you got the cops gunning a brother down with the eyes of America watching. Then a repeat of the same thing, the next day. All social media, you got these videos popping up all over social media, cops shooting blacks and whites being spared. What's the agenda? Why is our attention being diverted?
Right, definitely. What about you, Chill?
Yeah, why is our attention being diverted? To me, it seemed like they don't want us to advance from that level of slavery, with the master and the slave type of mentality. I feel like, to me, I really think it's something bigger going on, like some civil engineering. Going on, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just too many clues that they drop it on there because they believe that people here are just so animalistic, dumb. They can't think for themselves. Like when you was a kid, when you looking at a movie or something on TV, you think it's real. So I think they played a part on that. The difference is you older now, but whatever's being portrayed through the TV, they know your mind's going to try to accept it as true for what it is because you see it and you hear it, you know what I'm saying, with the emotions and stuff. So, I think it's a lot of shady stuff going on, man. That's what I think.
Very, very true, very true. I mean, I remember, being a kid as well, like you said, looking at the movies, and you would think everything's real because, it's portrayed as real. And it's tough to handle it now because everything you thought that was fake in the movies now, it seems like everything is turning real, and it's like you turn it on a movie every day now, except it's real life. So it's tough to process it, but you have to live every day, and the question still revolves on: is it safe to go anywhere? And wonder if you're going to make it home. We do have a caller online. Let's see if we can get them in. Caller, you're 313. Give us a call. Give us a location where you're calling from.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? It's Hood Howard Stern, man.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Man, ain't nothing going on, dog. It's well, I can't say it ain't nothing going on because it seems like there's a whole lot of shit going on. Not sure exactly what's going on, though. But I did want to say this real quick. I mean, it's always been a problem. It ain't been safe to leave the crib since you had melanin in your system, since forever. But I think the thing of it is right now is that this is just something I thought about. You know, this is just my opinion. But since it's been going on all the time, I think that it's almost like a reverse effect. And I say that because what happens is after a person or after a community is oppressed for so long, the mentality is that, of course, at some point they're going to retaliate. And I think that at this point, it's almost as if the government and the police are provoking us. So what will happen at that point is that we'll start overreacting, and then they'll say that there needs to be some different training and some different stuff for the police department. But then the local municipalities won't be able to afford it. So then that means the feds will take over. And then the feds will take over, and it'll turn it into a fucking military. And then we back to square one. I think it's all a plan. I really feel like it's all a plan. Just to get it back to that level so that they can have martial law and really kill people and don't have to justify it.
Well, it seems like they're doing that now anyway. I mean, because if you notice, they give the police officers a paid vacation or a paid administrative leave, and they're still getting paid. I mean, it's not like, okay, we go out and kill somebody, we don't get paid. We get taken out of our job. We don't get administrative leave from our job.
Exactly.
Right. Especially the ones that are working.
But when it's martial law, then there's no jurisdiction. Like, you can't protest about it because there is no law. You know what I'm saying? So that just kind of take that whole equation out of it. So you can't protest and say you killed them unlawfully. Like, there's no protest. Like, they take that whole aspect of protest out. And if it gets to that point, then we in trouble. Like, it's a tough thing. Like, you say you want them to be trained, but like, who's going to pay for it? And then when you say who's going to pay for it, then it moves over to the government or the feds, and then shit can go way wrong when it goes that way.
Right,
so,
right. But the one thing,
it's a tough thing.
The one thing that really bothers me is, a lot of people are using their phones / tablets to record all of this, right? Now, let's just say it's one or two cops in the particular area, but there's 50 people doing the video.
Right.
And they're all yelling. They're all yelling, you're doing him wrong, you're doing him wrong. Eventually, why don't those 50 people gather up and pull the cops off the guy?
They scared.
But you got two people beating up on any particular person, but you got 50 people out there recording it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just 10 people that just gather up the courage to say, hey, let's pull them off and find out what's going on. I mean, sure enough, they're going to call back up anyway.
I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. I'm scared. Like, I'm scared that if I jump in here, but you know what? That's the thing, though. I guess is that a point? You kind of got to realize, is that a point that you can't be scared no more? Some people are going to have to die. Some people are going to have to die. There is going to have to be bloodshed in order to get this point across. Like, it's a scary idea, and it may be you, like, trying to jump in, like, hey, get off of them. You may lose your life, but at this point, it's almost like you got to almost be willing to make that sacrifice for the bigger cause, man, and that's scary, though.
But see, you look. But here's another thing. Okay, so everybody is okay. True enough, they're doing the I ain't snitching. But there's that one person that says, hey, there's a drug deal going on. I'm not gonna, But everybody's collaborating, trying to get drugs out of the neighborhood.
Right.
And they're all collaborating to do that. Why can't they collaborate to pull the cop off of the victim?
Yeah, I see.
But it's not that's not the case, really. Nobody's really concerned unless the problem is at their doorstep.
Well,
but the only
a lot
time,
of this is at their doorstep.
But I'm saying when they're directly affected, you look at the situation at hand. That cop had that gun drawn on that young lady and that man sitting up there dying. Are you really going to run up on an officer at that point where he's already timid and he's trying to cover his ass right now, because he know he did wrong, and that's going to give him more justification to cover his ass. Oh, this guy tried to jump me too, so Shots fired again.
Right. Okay. Outside of that incident, but you see it building up. So you see the cops throwing him down. You see him kicking him. But prior to them pulling out the gun, prior to the gun pull out, you can still get in there and do something.
I feel you, man. Are you? Do you think that you got that capability to jump in and save somebody from some rogue police officers?
It's possible.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not gonna.
I'm scared.
I'm scared as well because I don't know if I'm going to come home either. But it's just the point of something's going to have to change. If you saw something, whereas just some Joe Schmo beating up on a kid, would you jump in?
Right. Your instinct would force you to, especially if you got kids. Your instinct would force you to. So I feel you. I mean, people pull out their phones and record because they're thinking that this is the way to solve the problem. But unfortunately, even on video, they still getting off, man. And I think it could be one thing that I gotta get out of it. But it's one thing I think that could help everybody, though. And this is a simple thing that I have not seen as of yet. All these things that's been going on, I have never seen the police officers say, "I'm sorry, I fucked up." Nobody is taking the blame for anything. All they're doing is saying why it's justified. Why not just say, "I got scared. I thought he was gonna shoot me. I did something wrong." Like how easy would that be? That would ease just a little bit of the tension, so we won't think that police are it's us against them.
Right. Yeah, I agree on that because nobody admits guilt.
They won't do it though.
Nobody's admitting guilt.
Right. Exactly.
But yes, that's the problem because saying I'm sorry is an admission of guilt.
Exactly. So they won't do it. So I don't know.
I mean, it's a tough call. I mean, it's true. Yeah, stuff happens every day. I mean, stuff that doesn't make the news, stuff that makes the news. I mean, look at Brussels when the bombing came. Okay, they can't say I'm sorry I did it. Everybody knows they did it, and then they took this robot in to kill the guy, the sniper in Dallas. He can't admit it.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry I did it.
Exactly.
Look at the case.
That whole thing, I'm not even sure about that. I'm not even sure about that whole thing.
Very true. I'm not totally on that either, but it's just they could say, we sent in a robot, but it was 50 cops standing there,
Right, who knows what really happened? And
no media was up there.
The story is dead. Right, the only person who can tell the story is dead. So that's convenient.
Yeah, very convenient. But look at the North Carolina church killing. That was a white guy. He shot all those people.
Yeah.
What did they do? They walked him out. Right.
Stopped at Burger King before they took him in.
Right. So they walked him out.
Yeah, they walked
him out of there. Put a bulletproof vest on him and walked him out. Why can't they do that with a black man? Why can't they do that with a black man?
You know why. Because black lives don't matter, man.
Right.
Right.
It's a tough one to accept. I mean,
it is. But definitely something's got to change.
Video. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely something got to change though, and then I guess we just gotta, just like I said, you have to get over your fear. I guess. I mean, because it's a scary thing, but at some point, somebody was brave enough to escape the plantation. So we got to be brave enough to do something in our time and era, I suppose. And hashtags and camera phone videos just ain't cutting it.
Right. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to call on it. So it's hard to put it in grasp as far as will you make it home or will you do something?
Yeah, right.
I think the reality of it now is that. I mean, it's sad to say, but you gotta kind of have the mentality that you might not, and just gotta roll with it.
But if you're in the military, and this is according to all branches that at least have boots on the ground outside of the Air Force, you fight for the brother that's next to you, whether he lives or dies. And true enough, I was in the military some 20 years ago, and it's still the same no matter the generation. You look back into World War I, II, Korea, and Vietnam, and currently the Gulf War, they're all saying it's about the guy that's next to you. He could be black, white, Korean, Asian, whatever, but we're all brothers in the military. Brothers and sisters. So, and now that they're letting women into the military doing combat positions, it's now it's going to be saying those are my brothers and sisters.
Right.
So here you are in the neighborhood. Those are your brothers and sisters getting beat up by the police, by anybody in the neighborhood, but you're still not jumping in and saying, I'm going to fight for the brother next to me or the sister next to me.
You know what?
If it happens to your mother or your mother or sister or brother, you jumping in.
That's true. The way you broke it down like that, I definitely feel. And I think that is the mentality that we have to have now. That's a good analogy, though.
Because if your brother or your sister was in a fight, are you going to jump in?
Most definitely.
But you know what? The bad part about that, when you clarify that brotherhood, we kind of stereotype each other at the same time because we're cautious of each other. Think about in the hood, we all know who the thugs and all that, who you can't walk around and trust and all that. So we look at each other cross-sided.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Right. I mean, but if it's your immediate family, are you jumping in?
Right. Yeah. But like he's saying, it's basically it's so much division amongst ourselves. It's hard to look at somebody who's not really family as immediate family. So it put us at even more odds. So I feel it's a tough one. I think that's what makes it so hard. Because it seems simple enough. Like, this is your community, so you jump in and you get the problem solved. It seems simple enough, but it just ain't. I don't know.
It's so weird, though.
Right. It's a good topic.
It's so weird.
I had to call in and say a little bit of something about it.
But it's tough to accept as far as like what's going on. So.
Right.
I mean,
we're not supposed to accept it. But we got to figure out what to do about it, though, and that's the problem, because the way we're going about it now, the way the construct of America doesn't allow us to fight the battle as we're doing it currently. I mean, what you got to understand is that we only doing what we learned. America was built on violence, so that's all we know. But then when we do it, it's like we barbarians. It's a tough thing.
Very true. But the police and the army, the police and the National Guard get to do what they want to do.
Exactly.
Right. Because eventually, if the police can't handle it, who's coming next?
Right. The National
Guard. The National Guard's coming in.
They do whatever they want, and it's legal. So you can check the records on all the riots and that they kill motherfuckers.
I was just going to bring that up. Look at the Detroit riots back in '60. I mean, true enough, none of us were born at that time, but we all know the history of it.
Yeah,
we all know the history.
All that stuff.
As soon as the riots happened in Detroit, what happened? All the whites moved out. All the businesses basically moved out.
Yeah. And see, that's how you kill a community. But we can't stop spending money, and we can't. We can't stop spending money, and we can't mess up the economical infrastructure. So we can't ever do the damage that white people can do to our community.
Right.
Well, we could if we all
possibly
combined.
Could. Yeah, we could.
We could by taking the money out of their pocket, but then at the same time, okay, that business is going to close. Now they're going to move somewhere else. That takes that grocery store, that liquor store, that party store, or whatever it is, out of the neighborhood. Now you got to go to another neighborhood to go buy what you need. It's already bad enough. it's already bad enough that there are no real major chain grocery stores in the neighborhoods of the city. You have to leave the city to go get your groceries.
Yeah.
But look at in the 1920s when we had our own thriving Black Wall Street. What happened?
Yeah. They decided to buy them out and put a freeway in there.
Oh, he's talking
they
about
decided to buy them out.
Decided to put a freeway. They bombed it.
Basically,
they burnt it down, dude.
Because that was Black Bottom, right? That was a Black Bottom. What's in that position now? 375.
The freeway. Right. The freeway in which they're talking about closing
taking out again. Mm-hmm. They're talking about taking it out.
Yeah, because they doing, gentrification. So they moved out the element that they wanted to move out, and then you put in whatever you want. At this point, you kind of priced out, because if you lived in that area now, once they redo everything, you'll never be able to afford what they're charging at this point. So
right. Yeah, they're trying to expand downtown Detroit.
Yeah.
Right. Expand it to what is 375 now to what, expand Detroit to a little bit, another 15-block radius for downtown. I mean, you already got the Lodge, 375, and I-75 circumferencing downtown Detroit. You can't really walk around downtown without seeing a cop.
Right.
Now you're really scared.
Right. I will say this about Detroit, though. I don't have that feeling in the city with the police, and I have to say there are some very aggressive police officers in Detroit, including the gang squad, and somehow they've managed not to kill nobody. So that's why I know it's possible. I know it's possible because they are aggressive and they deal with some crazy people, but they manage not to kill nobody.
Right.
So I know it's possible.
Now, getting to that, what's the alternative as far as versus pulling your gun out?
Well, they did take an officer off the force. I forgot. I know his last name was Brown. They called him the murdering cop. And then what about the police that came over there on Lily Bridge on the east side and shot the little girl?
Right.
Then you got the Malice Green murder that happened years ago.
Right.
Well, I get a Malice Green. Are you talking about you talking about when they raided the house?
Yeah, when they raided the house.
Girl.
And they...
See, I'm talking about, I have to be honest, in situations like that, I think they fucked up, obviously, but in situations like that, things can happen. I'm talking about, like, dying from getting pulled over for a ticket kind of thing.
Right.
Like, when you're in a hostile environment, you raiding the crib, you chasing somebody, you busting the house, somebody probably going to get killed. That's kind of, that's a little different. But if I'm getting pulled over because I got a tail lock out, I'm not expecting to die. Like, I used to be. It's funny because I say this all the time. It's night now. When I get pulled over by a cop, I'm legal. But when I get pulled over, I feel like I got all kind of bricks in the trunk. Like I'm scared as fuck. Like I think like I got all the illegal stuff going on right now, and I don't. And that is a terrible feeling. And I don't think until people understand that feeling, they're never going to empathize with what our movement is.
Right. Hey, Q, hold your thought. We're going to continue this on our extended piece. But as of right now, our show is going to conclude for our 30-minute session. If you'd like to hear more on our show, you can either give us a call at 845-277-9212 and press 1 if you'd like to have your comment voiced on our show. Otherwise, you can just leave off the 1 and you can continue listening to our show as it goes on. Don't forget to give us check us out every Monday at 12 noon for the Yo Show. The replay will be somewhere within a couple hours after, or you can just download it and listen to it every time. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at The Yo Show, and you can email us at theyouropinionshow@gmail.com. Okay. Hood Howard Stern. Okay, you still got your comment lined up? We're going to continue on.
That was really about it. It's just it's a terrible feeling when you feel like you've done something illegal, even when you haven't, just because you got pulled over. And I think that until more of the society understands that feeling, they'll never be able to, they'll never be able to empathize with our situation. And when they're not able to empathize with our situation, that means that it's kind of go fall on deaf ears.
Right.
So I think we're in a tight position where we gotta do something different. We got to be. I know this is probably like a cliche, but we have to be fearless. Like, we really do have to be fearless at this point, because there is a chance, and this is a crazy thing, because this is a conversation you have to have with a small child. If you got a preteen, you got 11 or 12-year-old, especially a teenager, you really have to tell them that there's a chance that if you have an interaction with police, you may not make it home if things don't go correctly. And that's a terrible conversation to have. Because you got to have that conversation along with the transgender conversation, along with every other damn conversation that we never had to have as kids at that age. Like, kids are forced to make adult decisions as kids. But we in that time, and we can't avoid it. So we got to face it head on and realize that you might leave the front door today and not come back, and you're not even in that type of situation. But it can still happen, and that's the scary thing.
Very true. Very true.
For sure. Man, I just had I've been running my mouth for 20 minutes, man. I'm going to let y'all go, dog, because I got to make my way to the plantation.
Okay.
Thanks for checking in, man.
Thanks for checking in with us, and we'll be checking out your show as well.
All right, for sure, man. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. I like it.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
For sure. Peace.
So, Chill, what do you think on some of the topics that we've been talking about today?
Well, I guess I had some little problems with the phone, man, but I was trying to cut in on a couple of parts, man. Like when you was talking about as far as the, you being in the service, so you fighting side by side with this person, you gotta, fight with this person side by side if they white, black, whatever and stuff. And I was trying to say, even if they wrong, you have to defend them even if they're wrong.
I would say that depends on the situation. I mean, if you're in combat fight.
All right, okay, I'll give you a situation. Wonder if you in combat and, you going into a village or a town or whatever, and this guy is just, this guy is just off or whatever, but you got to fight by him, and he just so happened to just kill a kid, just having fun. He shoots a kid in the face and kill him. So,
in that situation,
my question is, yeah. Go ahead.
What's your question?
In that situation, do you still be by him? Is he still considered a brother, and you still have to, work with him?
Okay, in the situation of that, in that type of situation, you note this incident, right? You take it up to your higher superior, and then from that point, you will still need that body to protect you until you get back to the base where you can report it. And at that point, it's into the upper hands. I mean, it's the same way as if you at your job. The person's putting something together wrong. You take it up to your superiors. From that point on, there will be some type of investigation. There will be questioning, but until that point, you still use him as your brother in combat arms, and then from that point, you just wait for the legal system to take over. If in the case that if they don't do anything, you can request a transfer.
See, but then again, there it is. We waiting on somebody else to solve the problem.
But then you also have friendly fire in the military.
You have who?
Friendly fire is basically, either by accident or on purpose.
Right. But, I want to elaborate a little bit on what Hood Howard Stern was talking about. He said about the case of running up in the house and nine times out of 10, you're gonna have a situation like that. But the problem that I'm having is it's always the innocent victim. It's never the intended person. I don't want to see no one die or nothing. But you just have some people out here that's just rotten to the core. But it seems like that person lives forever, and the innocent person always the one that dies.
Right. I agree with you on that.
So
I mean, you got this drug dealer that's been selling crack and cocaine and whatever else, everybody else.
And he's
they
terrorizing
live on
the
their
block.
He's terrorizing the block. He gets to live, and then you got the person that's going to work every day, trying to, financially secure his family, and he's the one that gets killed. Yeah.
Like that young man was in the car with his female, and
and his baby.
Was a gun. Why was a gun pulled on a man for a traffic stop for a busted tail light? What was that about? Why did he take that extreme approach towards it? There was no reason
asked to bring out his ID, and he was asked to get his ID out, from what I heard.
And then the most disturbing part to me was Elton Sterling is right after, when he shot the guy, he yelled shots fired. Now, elaborate on that shots fired. Elaborate on that shots fired to me. Are they yelling that because they saying that they're getting fired upon?
It could be either or. They want to get more. I think they want to get more police presence, because you never know if it's you or if it's the victim.
Yeah, right. Once again, like I said, me and Chill Will was talking about, this thing is bigger than black and white, man. I think we're fighting a war against corporate America. We're fighting a war against the government. This is all about government takeover to me. I know you're a military guy and all that, man, but I feel like Muhammad Ali felt, man. One of his comments was you expect me to go over and fight for your liberties when you won't even respect my liberties over here, but you expect me to go fight for you.
Right. Yeah, very true. I mean, there's other cliche comments that Muhammad Ali put together saying, Viet Cong didn't call me this, but I got to fight this because you calling me this.
Yeah.
Viet Cong never did anything bad to me.
Also have a question too. I mean, why should all blue lives matter? It obviously black lives don't matter to them. So why should we care about blue lives matter?
Very true. I mean, like the guy in Dallas, he decided to take the blue lives out of it, and he managed to get 4 or 5 of them, and then he wounded a bunch of them, and then he got a couple civilians. So, but that's a wounded, But he managed to get 5 police officers before they finally took him down.
That's even if it's even if it's real, dude. I don't even know if that's even real, man. I think it's a false, it's a hoax. You know what I'm saying? So, if it did happen, well, I'm sorry that it happened, but I really don't think it happened. I feel like it was just a big stage play. And they can take that and whoever they want to do.
It's hard to say. I mean, due to the only footage that we can see is through the media, we have to accept portion of it. And I'm not saying the whole thing, but everyone has their own opinion like we do as far as what really happened. But the only person that knows what really happened is dead now.
No, I believe he's not dead. He's still alive. And the thing is, why did that happen when there's a Black Lives Matter event, when there's a peaceful protest? Why did that so happen just pop out of the ordinary and he just start shooting cops when it was supposed to be a peaceful organization? I feel like that's a plot too, man. Well, whenever the KKK having their little, meeting and they little protest. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no cop coming out and start shooting other people. It was like benefit their cause,
Right. And then a lot of their events are in secret anyway, whereas this was a public event.
Yeah. So, guys, my question is, what's the next step? How do we blow off steam? How do we come together as collectively as a race and to help others understand what's going on also? I know we got a few seconds left in the show, and so I had to blow off a little steam, so I wrote a little something, a little poem. If you guys allow me to read it.
Okay, yeah, we got about 3 minutes.
Well, bro. Yeah.
Okay, it's called What Really Matters. So, Here we go.
Go ahead.
Black lives matter. I'm seeing black lives shattered. Black blood splattered. So tell me what matters. Cops take lives while black mothers cry. While black brothers die because cops tell lies. Is it my skin that makes you yell intimidate? Am I just another nigga that died by your trigger because of racial hate? This thing is bigger than us. We moves triggers with us. Our marching's causing a fuss. Now you brought out the nigga in us. Not nigger with the ER, but nigga with the A. Because we see the subliminal shit you doing, okay? We 10 steps ahead because our ancestors bled to be free. So hell will freeze before you fuck over me. Shots fired, that cop's a liar. This shit's a scam, evidence on the body cam. Murdered in cold blood. Are we watching the same footage? Hands up, no resistance, still caught them bullets. On 9/11, I became a citizen. Now it's over, I'm a nigga again. Now I'm falling victim to your trigger again. Over and over, I'm watching black lives shatter. Now you tell me what really matters.
Very, very, very deep. Very deep.
Man, that was good, bro. I like that.
Real deep. I mean, it's basically what we living through every day as it is. So it's hard to call on it, but we have to
it ain't hard
deal
for me,
with it,
man. It's nice. It's beautiful, man.
No, I'm just referencing everyday life. I mean, it's hard to believe, we have to deal with everyday life, and it's pretty much everything that he said in there. I mean, we don't know if we're going to go home. We don't know if we're going to go to work. I mean, true enough, it could happen any day, even if you're at home. You could pass away, and that's the end of your time here on this planet. Whether it be at work, driving, or just doing something simple like barbecuing.
Right.
If it's your time, it's your time. But why force the issue as far as a policeman deciding it's your time?
Right.
Right. We're going to make it final thoughts. I believe today's topic was a good one within light of the passing week. Our show is Mondays at 12 noon. We'll have a new topic next week. I'm not sure what it will be yet, but you can give us a call at 845-277-9212 and press 1 if you'd like to have your comment voiced. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at The Yo Show, or you can email us at youropinionshow@gmail.com. Any final thoughts, Sir Chill?
I'm just telling people to be safe. Just watch where you go and watch what you do, and just keep the peace.
How about you, Chill?
I feel like people keep your common sense open and look at through all the lies and false flag attacks. Okay, just be safe also, and just use your mind.
My final thoughts, be safe out there. Try to go home to your family. Take care of your family. Do what you got to do. But be cautious. because life can end at any moment.